So my presentation is on AI and bias in the medical field. The major problem with this bias is that there is a large discrepancy in healthcare treatment towards different groups. So some groups tend to receive higher quality care than others, and this leads to a lot of problems, mainly injuries and conditions, sometimes even fatalities that could have been easily prevented. So my sub-problems would be in categories of racism, sex, obesity, and disabilities. So an alarming number of healthcare professionals show racial ignorance in their treatment and the way that they offer medication to patients of different racial groups. And this is because of a lot of different causes, such as just plain racial ignorance, unequal access to healthcare, and also in studies, and a lot of medical studies, racial groups are such as Latinas and Black patients are misrepresented, and they often have higher mortality rates in medical procedures such as surgeries or pregnancy. Healthcare providers are also biased towards obese individuals who also have their conditions often dismissed as just attributes of their obesity, and also because of sex, since women are more likely to have their complaints of pain labeled as just hysteria or dramaticism. Also, individuals with disabilities have larger barriers towards accessible healthcare and are often shown bias by medical professionals as well. My key statistics are displayed here. So 20% of women report having their symptoms ignored, and 31 to 43% express a preference towards patients that are not obese. 73% of white medical students believe in false biological differences between races, such as that Black or Latino patients cannot even feel pain the same way. This leads to a lot of injuries in procedures and unwanted fatalities or fatalities that could have been prevented. And 84% of healthcare professionals display a preference towards able-bodied patients. My proposed solution is a program that will predict and identify bias towards different groups in universities where medical students study, and it will recommend training for those who display a significant bias. So my approach will take place in universities where this technology will be used when medical students interact with patients that are part of disadvantaged subgroups. Initially, I wasn't able to find a data set for this problem on Kaggle.com, but I was still able to find some elsewhere. I looked for data from existing studies and looked through it to see if an AI could use it to find a pattern and continue that pattern and improve upon it. The program will use a combination of pattern prediction from previous data and data sets, and it will also use new data that's being fed into the AI actively with machine learning. So in combination, these techniques aim to reduce implicit bias in medical students through routine identification and training. Okay, so here is my elaborate solution. So it's identified in steps. Step one will be the patients checking in. As they check in, their data concerning the groups that they belong to will be fed into the AI program. For the second step, individuals who fit into those subgroups will be flagged by the program. And for the third step, during treatment, the program will feed prompts to the medical students to follow up with the treatment and routinely minimize bias. After the treatment, the patients will have a survey sent out in which they will identify how much bias they felt that they experienced during the process. So this data will be fed back into the program and used for the future with machine learning. In conclusion, using AI-driven software programs, my program will analyze conditions of treatment and offer feedback to medical students to routinely reduce implicit biases in treatment in the future generations. That's it.
Thank you.